September 25th, a day that will forever be remembered by McGill law students as the day that justice was not served.
I remember it really well. My friends and I were studying in the atrium when we saw these people going to the moot court. That's where we have special events sometimes. So I couldn't help myself but to go check out what was going on.
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember I was really excited to go to class because we were finally going to learn what a fee-tail estate was. But then I heard that Chief Justice Roberts would be speaking, and I thought, you have to skip class. You can't miss this.
So I went to the moot court and I tried to get in, but the guard stopped me. He asked me what year I was in, and I was like, what does that matter? And then he looked me up and down and he said, you look like a second year. I guess he could tell from my books or something. And then he said, we don't want your kind here, you're old news.
I got in. It was awesome.
I managed to get in by wearing an old orientation wristband I found in the trash, and they let me through. When I first got in, I was so pumped. But as I was listening to Sandra Day O'Connor speak about the difficulty of being a mother and a Supreme Court justice, I kept thinking, what about all my friends out there? What have I done?
I mean, I've read every judgment he's ever written. When I was 12 and I was diagnosed with leukemia, no one thought I would get better. But I knew I had to recover so I could grow up to be strong just like Roberts. Just like Roberts. I hung his photo above my hospital bed. If I could have asked him one question, it would be how he reconciled his view that Roe v. Wade is settled law with his deep personal commitment to his faith. Or maybe for his interpretation of the Interstate Commerce Clause.
I think my favorite part was when I got to ask Chief Justice Roberts a question, and I asked him what his shoe size was, and he said 9.5, which was funny because I just asked Chief Justice McLaughlin the same thing, and that's what she said. Oh my god, it was so funny, and we were all laughing, and it was a hoot.
And I knew that people out there always felt this kind of prejudice. I mean, I always knew, but I never experienced this kind of bigotry head on. All I keep on hearing in my head is, you're old news.
After it was done, I tried acting normal, but everybody treated me differently. They called me a sellout, a traitor. My girlfriend stopped returning my calls. She said she couldn't look at me without thinking of Beverly McLaughlin. It was terrible.
I had to take the term off, because every time I walked by the moot court, I just kept on reliving those memories. My doctors even told me that I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
These stories were all true. The harrowing experience of year discrimination, or yearism, that these students endured continues to plague them to this day. If you or someone you know was a victim of this scandal, you may be entitled to compensation from the SAO. For more information, dial 1-800-YEARISM. You don't have to suffer alone.